Big old Chinook overhead. Alright guys, welcome aboard. Today we are in a wildfire mission. We're flying a Huey. We got a couple of other aircraft up here with us. That's us. That's another UH-1 Huey. We got a news chopper up here that's spinning around trying to get his bearing. Yeah, that's an AI issue. He'll establish himself here in a minute. And in a minute. Alright, and we got the big old Chinook on board as well, dropping some water. Alright guys, so let's jump in. Alright, so here we are back in the Huey. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to turn on our exterior lights. We want them to be flashing, and we want to turn on our anti-collision lights, and we want them bright. Alright, another thing too that I do when I'm doing these kind of sling missions is because I don't have a way of looking underneath the aircraft. We don't have a sling window or windshield or glass underneath the Huey here, so I can look down and not see anything. What I do is I position my F4 camera, which I think it's called mounted on object. It's that camera right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip back and forth. There's me, or that's me in the my cockpit view, and then there's my exterior F4 shot that I'll be using. So if you see me swapping back and forth, that's why. All right, guys, let's go do this. Let's go join the action. Welcome aboard once again, and we are about to do this. We are on sitting on a supply vessel that's out here, or support vessel rather, that's out here giving us a hand. So we're going to ease up gently. All right, there we go. Let's go get us a Bambi bucket. We can join in the group. There's a wildfire right up there at the ridge, top of that ridge. We're going to work our way down there to get it. And first let's call up our, we'll do that one. There's our red smoke indicating that's the one they want us to pick up. I got my crew chief with me today, Pacheco. He's going to guide me in, but you see the wind's coming from behind us, and it's a pretty strong wind today too. So we're going to crab it in over there. Wind is very, very strong today. It's kicking us around quite a bit. So I'm going to have to be very careful on the collective, really focus on my approaches and things. Anytime I'm low to the ground or banking or making any kind of turn, I've got to make sure that I'm thinking about that wind. All right, so there's the crew going to walk us in. Come on in, Pacheco, let me know what's happening. I'm going to wait for that smoke to clear. In. All right. Here goes the smoke. All right, I'm going to move in. You got it, brother. All right. There we go. Hook her up, brother. Hook her up. All right. All right, here's my external camera. There's the external camera. All right. All right. We got you. All right, so let's go get some water in it. Now, if you've used this Bambi bucket before, and you try to get some water off the shallow water, or a shallow creek or something, and it keeps this unengaging or unhooking your Bambi bucket, it's because the crew chief recognizes the ground and it wants to automatically unhook. You can turn that automatic unhook off, what I've noticed, but it didn't seem like there's a way of knowing whether you're on or off. So what I decided, what I figured out is if you come out in the water where it's deep, what he's doing is he's reading the ocean floor now. So I've got plenty of room, depending on how deep the water is, to dip my bucket. So this is a good spot, and again, we got the nose coming out, or the wind coming out our nose. So I'm just gonna work my way down. I'm gonna keep going back and forth so I can see how low I need to be. All right, so that bucket's in the water. I'm gonna hang right here for a minute. Let that thing fill up. Just got a little bit more water in there. Got a little bit more water. All right, that's good enough. All right, so we got a Huey heading back that way. We're going to run that Huey. All right, let's go drop a load. All right, so you can see it's pretty hazy out here today. It's beautiful. It's a new feature that the DCS guys, Eco Dynamics guys have put together. It's beautiful, man. It's smooth. Look at that. Freaking beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. All right, so we're going to wait for that Huey. He's going to be ahead of us. That Chinook's making its way back. Where'd that Huey go? There he is. He's at about 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock. All right, we're watching him. So we're gonna have some traffic out here today, so it ought to be pretty fun. Challenging. So those, I'm flying a solo mission, so those other aircraft are AI aircraft that I dropped in the mission editor. It took me a minute to figure out how to do this, but once I got it figured out, I reached out for support or some help on, of course, the Facebook DCS group, and boy, within 5 or 10 minutes, I had the answer. Everybody on that Facebook page is just super smart on this kind of stuff. I appreciate the help. All right, so he made his drop. There's the water. All right, so now that once his water clears, I'm gonna step in. There goes his water. All right, here goes mine. Here I go. Let's go join the fun, fellas. Hopefully it'll drop. Here we go. Stand by to drop, Checo. All right, drop it, bro. Drop it. There you go. Good drop. All right, let's make our way over. How do we do, Checo? Do we hit it? Oh yeah. Nice job. All right, let's go grab another. Woohoo! This firefight is pretty intense, man. Especially like this when you got other AI aircraft in there. You got to watch out for them. There's a lot going on. It's awesome. I love it. Here goes that Chinook. Watch that Chinook. Listen for it. Couldn't hear it too much. Awesome though. Beautiful view. What's my bucket doing? My bucket's looking good. Alright, so let's go out there by that support unit. And again, we're going to put our nose into the wind because it's much easier to do it that way. I'm probably going to make a circle around that support vessel. That'd be easier, just ease into it. Said, man, that wind, if it catches you wrong when you're this low to the ground, holy cow, you got no room for recovery. You get in that VRS state, oof, you're done. Dangerous. All right, so I'm gonna start finding me a spot to dip it, dip my stick. That's what I told her last night. All right, this looks like a good spot. All right, my bucket's looking good. Feeling good about the wind. We'll work our way down, nice and easy. No rush. Make sure we're not white knuckling the controls. Almost in the water. See, and again, right there, the crew or the crew chief Pacheco is actually monitoring or measuring to the ocean floor. That's why he's not saying anything. That's what I'm thinking it is anyway. It seems to work. So. All right, let's go get it. Let's go make another drop. After this drop, we'll pick up the patient and we'll run him over to the MASH unit that we have set up down the road there. Give him some practice on that as well. So I fly in VR, as you can tell, and I use my controllers as my hands, so it's so much more immersive. You know, I've never tried using a manufactured HOTAS. I have a homemade HOTAS, so it's a little bit different, but I have a custom-made mount where I can slide my controllers into, and as you can see, this is center leg, and I have an extension that goes all the way down to the floor, so it actually feels like a real helicopter. It's not a side stick, it's right between my legs. It's amazing, man. And then I've got a bass shaker installed. I got 4 transducers. I've got one under my pedals, one under my seat, one under the cyclic, and then one connected to the base of my collective as well. And I've got a 5-point harness, so the whole structure vibrates, and it vibrates through my harness, which vibrates through my chest, through my body. So it's totally an immersive experience, man. If you can set yourself up this way, it didn't really cost a lot of money either because I just homemade it all. I DIY'd all this, so it was fairly inexpensive, but well worth it, man. I've got some videos to show you how to do all that. So check out my video. Just make that drop, check, go, drop it. There you go, boom. All right, I saw that come off. All right, this is that tree is my marker. That's where I know. All right, I need to turn right there. What do we look like, Pacheco? Yeah, we hit pretty good. All right. Let's go and drop this bucket, and then we're going to come back and we're going to pick up a patient right there at where these fire trucks are at. Check out that Chinook. What's that Chinook? There you go, baby. Sweet. I love watching helicopters, man. All right, so here's the deal with this bucket. I've tried several times just to, lay it on the ground nice and lightly. It just, for some reason, it's got some bug and it kicks it back into the aircraft and then destroys the aircraft. So what I found, what I've got to do with this particular thing is I just have to drop it. So in this case, I'm going to get as closest to the ground as I can without touching the ground, and then I'm just going to drop it, just kind of simulate that I did edge it down to the ground, or ease it down to the ground rather. So I'm going to drop it here in our staging area. Again, I'm watching that wind because I'm definitely going the wrong way. If it hits me right here when I start making my turn, boy, I'm going to lose it. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay up at this altitude. I'm going to swing over this way some. Then I'm going to spin it around. Feel that? Oh, I guess you can't feel that. That was stupid. That was dumb. All right, so I'm going to turn like about here. Then I'm going to work my way down. Because this is where it grabs you. Right here is that danger zone, what I found for me. Man, it just loses, like you lose all lift if you're not careful. So I'm feeling good about here. I'm gonna come down in here in this little staging area where these guys are at. I'm gonna come down low and I'm gonna drop it. There we go.
There you go.
Easy, right in here's the really dangerous part. I'm really sensitive on the collective. I'm really paying attention to where it's at, what my aircraft feels like it's doing. He's gonna start talking to me. Come on, Checo, how close? All right, I'm dropping it. All right, so I'm dropping it. All right, let's go grab that patient. There we go, we're clear. We're gonna stay down low because those guys are at about 400 feet or so. So I'm gonna try to stay down low. I'm gonna come over this ridge. Let's come over this way. Nice opening. I'm gonna keep it low. Alright, let's just keep it right here because there they are right there ahead of us. At our 12 o'clock, coming in fast. She's coming in hot. Got an ambulance coming down the road, I believe. Yep. And the guys that created this mod that has these flashing light vehicles, woof, what a great job. Kudos to those guys. Kudos, man. Beautiful work. So much more immersive. Alright, so here I'm going to have that same issue with that freaking wind. So I'm going to try not to hit the trees. I'm going to land right there by that fire truck. That's the plan anyway. Alright. Lots of collective. I'm making sure I'm working it so that my blades are constantly adjusting. Alright, I'm going to just crab it down right about here somewhere. Watching that collective. Feeling. Easing in, easing out. Easing in, easing out. Looking good here, Pacheco. What you think? I think so. Alright, we want to come down about here. Alright, come on down, baby. Woo! Listen. Listen to that. That's that Chinook coming over. I can actually feel the vibrations through my rig. That's badass. Alright, see that wind's pushing me back? Wow. Alright, come on down, baby. You gotta land somewhere. Come on down. Easy, easy, easy. Shit, that was a bit harder than I wanted. Alright, so we're on the ground. Let's get that door open. Alright, Checo, get that patient in. Alright, guys, if you haven't noticed my panel, I customized it. I put in some personal pictures. Of course, we gotta have Farrah Fawcett in there. Who doesn't love Farrah Fawcett? I also have a video on how to do that. He's in, Checo. Word up. Alright, let's go drop him off at that mass unit. So again, I've got a video I've created on how to add pictures to your panel, instrument panel. It's easy to do on the Chinook. It's really difficult to do on the others. I just really couldn't find space on the others. So the Chinook, check out that ambulance. The Huey was just the easiest, but it's beautiful, man. It's very personal to me. I love it. All right, let's go drop this guy off. That mass unit we put together just on the other side of these trees, this forest area. It's far enough where it's easy to get to. It's not, or it's not going to be an issue to get to. All right, let's go get it. Come on. Look at that haze, man. It's beautiful. Beautiful. All right, guys. So, you know, if you've been watching my channel for a while, I appreciate your support. All your views, man, and your comments and likes and shares, all that's wonderful. Wonderful for the channel. I appreciate it. If you guys would like to make a donation, you can buy me a cup of coffee or a bottle of beer. There's a link in the details. Appreciate all your support. Just watching it and sharing it with your buddies, leaving comments. That's all wonderful stuff. All right, so smash units right over here on this other side. Right there about my 11 o'clock. There's an ambulance already there. Alright, we're gonna... Same thing applies, man, that wind. We're gonna watch that turn. A little higher than I'd like to be, but I'm telling you, I'm being very cautious with that wind. It'll just suck you right down, man. That wind, you hit that BRS, oh, you're in a world of crap. Alright, so there's my mass unit. I'm gonna try to hit this one right here, the first one. Coming in nice and easy. Got some light alls out here. Gotta watch out for them. Make sure our tail doesn't swing into those. I'm liking it. What do you think, Checo? That's gonna be a landing right here, I'm telling you. Ooh, shit, there it was. Woo! Just about lost it. Alright. Easy does it. Easy does it. Boy, that wind, I tell you, man. Dadgummit. Easy. Alright. Nice landing. On the ground. Let's get that door open. There you go, Checo. Get him out. Alright. Thank you, sir. Alright, let's go grab another Bambi bucket, drop another load. Be a busy day today. Woo! I love this Huey, man. I am definitely a utility style helicopter pilot. I can do this all day long. Alright, so I'm just going to go around the coastline here, and I want to get those other helicopters way. So if you got any suggestions on how to do the sling loading or use the Bambi bucket, or even on my videos, you got something you'd like to see, something you'd like to see me create, different camera angles, you know, whatever. As you can see, I use multiple of camera angles and things. And I was at the video production company for about 40 years, since I was about 19 or so. So I've come with a lot of experience. It's just kind of been my thing. I even did it for the Air Force. I was a photographer and videographer. So I was calculating it the other day. I probably averaged about 200 hours in just the Blackhawks. Of course, we did other aircraft, but yeah, we spent a lot of time in Blackhawks, which was amazing. It was a great ride, man. I really enjoyed my military service. Alright, so let's call up another bucket. There we go. And we'll do number one this time. There it is. Alright, I'm going to start slowing her down. Again, I'm being very careful with that wind, because I know the effects of what it does, man. It'll just drive you down. Alright, so I'm going to kind of ease up over to it. Wait for that smoke to clear, because it's being that close to that ridge like that, could be tough. I got no way to escape on that side, so you always got to have a egress area. Alright, let's see. Alright, I'm liking this. Not really liking it, but that's where I ended up, so I'm going to work with it. Alright, clear smoke. Alright, Checo, guide me in, bro.
Down.
Alright.
15. Down. 3.
In position. Alright, hook me up, bud. Whoa, too low. You got it. There we go. She is off the ground. You see how she was vibrating? That's that bug I was telling you about. Alright. Let's go grab some water. And again, I'm going to turn my nose into the wind. Look how pretty that water is. Man, DCS is killing it. doing an amazing job. Huey happens to fly is the one that, for me, my system, I got a gaming laptop, so it's not like I have some kind of high-end system. So the Huey is the one that flies the smoothest. Most airplanes fly smooth, but the Huey for me gives me the best frames per second, 99.9% of the time. All right, let me drop that bucket. Are we in deep enough yet? That's what I told her last night. Ah, shit! I cracked myself up. All right, so that's probably good water. That's probably enough. Let's go get some. Let's go make a load. All right, again, I'm looking for traffic. I think all of it's ahead of me there. We've got a news crew out here getting some footage. Sweet. Look at that beautiful view. Love that fog haze feature they added. It's beautiful. So if you got any questions on my mission, how I created this thing, I'm not sure that I want to create a video yet. It's fairly simple. Like I said, it took me a minute to figure out all what I needed to do, how I was going to do it. No, it's very simple actually. Now that I figured it out, yeah, it's very simple. So I can post a few slides probably, and you'd be able to figure it out. So if you got questions, you want to learn how to do it, let me know and I'll create some. Alright, so we're going to swing wide. We're going to drop a little. Get ready to drop it, Checo. There she goes. Here we go. And let her go. No. Let her go, bub. Let's see. Let her go, Checo. Fuck. I mean, hell no, you didn't. Alright, let's go drop it again. Yeah, we didn't drop it. Well, I never. Alright, we had a misfire. Alright, Checo, let's get it good this time.
There you go.
Alright, so we got no traffic. We're going to jump in. We'll try this thing again. Alright, Checo, come on. I'm going to slow it down some. Maybe I was going too fast. What happens is if I'm going too fast, I jump from one trigger to the other trigger. That's ME talk. So if I get going too fast, then I inadvertently cross over too fast. Drop it, Checo. Did you do it, man? Did you do it? Should I better pay attention? Let's turn. Yeah, I did. Awesome. There it is. Alright guys, so I'm going to call that good. If you guys have any questions, comments, leave them in the comment box. Appreciate you guys watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Pass it along to your friends. Leave a comment, man. It really helps the algorithms. So, run off and have an awesome day. If you haven't tried DCS or VR, jump in, man. You're going to love it. Alright guys, see ya.